CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products, such as our can-can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com.
And now, it's time to stand for truth.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? It's Monday. Marianne, good to see you. It's Monday again. Can you believe it? How are you? Gary, Hugh, good morning. How are you guys? Good to see you. It is a beautiful Monday. Truly, truly is. Good morning. Everybody have a great weekend, I hope. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Everybody on Facebook, good to see you. If you would please invite your followers and retweet this online, that would be great. We can get started with all the latest. There's so much in the news today. It's amazing. Hopefully my notifications are going off. Hey, Kim, good to see you. Please retweet this if you will, everybody. Hey, Sally, good to see you. Wow, rain. Where are you at, Sally? Tell me again. A lot of rain everywhere, it seems like. You must be on the East Coast somewhere, I'm guessing, perhaps. And if you guys would, please retweet this. Good morning, Marlene. How are you? Those coming in, please retweet. Oh, North Central Gulf Coast. Oh, wow. Mississippi. Do you get a lot of rain this time of year? Is that what? Hey, Helen, good to see you. Good morning. It's hard to wake up for everybody, I think, this morning, Marlene. NCAA, how are you? Good to see everybody. Huh, that's unusual, Kim. Yeah, it's funny. I don't think a lot of people got notification this morning, which is really unusual. We had several severe thunderstorms and tornado warnings yesterday. Wow. If you could go out maybe on Twitter and just everybody retweet this. You had to look at the clock to see. Hey, Ruth, good to see you. Jim, good to see you. Gary, good to see you. Gary, we have a lot to talk about. Trust me, we have a lot to talk about. Yeah, maybe if you could retweet this, if people who didn't get notifications and they can they'll look at their Twitter and see that we're on. A lot of notifications haven't been going out on the other channel for whatever reason. Seems odd, suspiciously odd, right? But I thank you for putting it out there. And anybody, while we're waiting for more people to come in, I don't know if you saw the video I put up on YouTube. If you haven't seen it yet, it's all about the veterans that we gave the donations to. They were there opening the box and appreciating what we had given. Thank you, Sally. Hey, Asher, good morning. How are you? Thank you, Kim. To look at Gammy. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. So Naturally Do, good to see you. There is the veterans video is up there. And on video on my YouTube channel, if you want to go see that, it's a 49-minute video. It kind of shows them opening up the gift. Yes, isn't it? Hey, Ermi. Good to see you. And that way you can also see they walk across to the park and talk to other homeless people, and they take you around the camp and let you know what's going on there. Hey Jennifer, good to see you. So it's thank you, Asher. I'm glad that you watched. Yeah, please share that. So everybody can see how our homeless vets are living. And it's not a good way. They don't deserve to live on the streets and living in tents. They need to be treated with more respect than that. So we need to kind of get the word out there and share that with everybody. That would be great. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and let you know just an update on Charlie Gard. He's the little boy that's in London that the courts there have decided that he was going to die, that he shouldn't be living. Yeah, I won't, Cliffy. Hey Huey, good morning, good to see you. If anybody comes in and you don't like, just go ahead and block them. I'm going to try to do less blocking. You guys block them, and that way they don't get as much attention as they want. Hey, good morning, how are you? Karen, good to see you. Roxanne, good to see you. Okay, it seems to be working good. But yes, please share that video of the veterans, the homeless veterans, and let everybody see how our veterans are living in America these days, and how they shouldn't be. Good to see everybody this morning. Hey, George, good to see you. Good morning. Very sad about Charlie. I know. So Charlie, basically, the parents just announced that they're giving up the legal battle over Charlie. I guess after the doctor came there and examined Charlie, they decided, and the parents, and probably with the doctor's help, that Charlie had missed the point of being able to go to America and get help, that window had closed. And so they're going to go ahead and just let him die. Okay, Cliffy. Sorry, the screen went too fast. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and just take him off life support, probably, I would assume, very soon here. And they're just going to go ahead and allow him to pass away. So, again, they've all kind of given up that prayers for Charlie. Hey, Bob, good to see you. And, hopefully the little boy can rest in peace. And the parents will be healed as well, and things can move on for them. But I think everything is just, waited too long for him to be able to benefit from any kind of even experimental treatment at this point, according to the parents and I guess what the doctors are saying. And also, I want to let you know that you guys have seen Barbara come in here. Barbara Bilbray comes into our scopes all the time. I just heard from her. She broke her left arm over the weekend, and she's going to have to see a surgeon and everything else. It's I guess it's pretty bad. So pray for Barbara, if you will, for healing. And that she can get back up on things and, get back out there. I know. She, I think, was, playing with the dog and fell and broke the upper part of her left arm, from what I understand. So she's going to see a surgeon to see what else she might need. Yeah, I know, Kim. I can't imagine being in the position of I know, Huey, awful. Yeah. I know. I hadn't seen her, and I thought, where is Barbara? And that's where she's at. I think she's been in a lot of pain. But yeah, to be Charlie's parents and to be in their position would not want to be. Hey, Robin, good to see you. Prayers for Barbara. Thank you, Robin. Robin's praying for Barbara. Thank you, everybody else, for your prayers for Barbara. I know that she'll appreciate it. I've had a broken ankle before, and the pain alone just puts you out of commission. Thoughts, so sorry to hear about Barbara. My thoughts and prayers to her, and Godspeed healing, Monique said. Child loss is the worst, Marianne said. I can't even imagine that, Marianne. And we can't we don't know what the parents are going through. We can only assume some things, what they're going through, but I can't even imagine it. Wouldn't want to wish that on my worst enemy. Hey, Caliente. Hey, Don. Will the parents donate $1.7 million to another child? I have no idea. I don't know, Don. I guess right now they haven't really thought about those things. I would imagine they probably, I don't know. I wouldn't surprise me that they set up a fund in Charlie's name for other children. And, maybe they should do that in the United States instead of London. I don't know. I don't know that they'll do that. But let's hope that they do that and share that with other kids. I'm getting my ankle replaced in November, Hugh said. Oh, my gosh. Hey, Jerry, good to see you. It happened to me. You never. Oh, my gosh. Marianne, I can't even imagine it. God love you. God bless you and help you heal on that. Prayers to Charlie's family. So sad. Yeah, I can't imagine a parent having to go through that and making that decision. Thank you, Jerry. God bless you too. Did everybody see over the weekend? I think it was either maybe Friday night or Saturday. It happened. There's so much happened this weekend. But did you see in Minneapolis that kind of the takeover of Mayor Betsy Hodges' office? Did anybody see that? Where they had people, I guess she was doing a press conference. Hey, Mark, bringing in a new chief of police. You saw it live. What was your opinion? Everybody who saw it, what was your opinion on it? Marlene said ridiculous. Everybody said they saw it. Were you for that kind of, taking the law in your own hands type thing? Unbelievable was on Fox. Yep. I don't know how many people were there. It looked like, maybe 30 people or something in the room. Did you see it live, Asher? What does everybody think about that? Are you in favor of them doing that? Surprised they were let in? Yeah. Were you kind of surprised they weren't kicked out or arrested? No, but there are problems there. Yeah, true problems, Kim. And that's one of the things that they were talking about, Karen. Karen, what happened was, after the Australian lady was killed by the police officer in Minneapolis, that followed, or prior to that, was Philando Castile that they believe was wrong. The people there in Minneapolis, or the ones in in the room, were saying that they're tired of the police killing people in their city, and they wanted the mayor to resign. They really wanted the city council to resign. And they were people that were very, very frustrated. I know, Kim, I was expecting, some type of violence coming from the crowd, and they didn't do it. They were pretty quiet as far as, any type of violence or anything like that, which I was glad to see that point. But, what about that? When people get to a boiling point and it seems that nobody listens to them, this is some of the things that we see. I'm not saying that was good or really not even passing judgment on it, because I'm not in Minneapolis. And I don't know how I would feel at this point. Especially with the woman, the Australian woman. The mayor left. Yeah, maybe that's why they calmed down. Monique said, I can't fathom what it's like to walk in Charlie's parents' shoes. It's totally devastating. I've cried many tears, so crushing to the human soul. You can't wrap your brain around the injustice of it all. Jennifer said, stop letting Muslim join our police department and military. After we done by then, they want to kill us. Does any, we don't know. I don't know all the facts of the case. I really don't know. And I'm sure all of this is going to come out. I guess on Sunday, the mayor wrote a statement saying that she believes the incident never would have occurred had the police officer been wearing a body cam. So in a way, she's saying, hey, Jamie, she's saying that, none of this would have happened had he been wearing a body cam. He wouldn't have been feeling like he should be able to do that type of thing. Yeah, he should be tried for murder. Knowles, the cop's attorney, hey, Mega Mondays, went on the defense and said that he wanted to find out if there was Ambien in that woman's system, the one that was killed. And Justine Damon is her name. And, yeah, he won't give a statement. And then now his attorney is trying to build a defense, obviously, saying there was Ambien in her, trying to figure out if there was Ambien in her system. And, did that have any impact on why his client shot her? It's a long shot and ridiculous. But, I guess at this point he's going to try whatever he can. He turned it off so he knew what he was doing. We had just 3 service members die in Afghanistan, Don said. This is a product of Democrat-run cities. Vote them out, Asher said. Oh, wow. Got Wi-Fi now because of the storms. Yuck. Yeah, nothing in the mainstream media on Afghanistan, Don saying. Yeah, I mean, it was his partner gave a statement, and somebody said that they think that the guy that was on the bicycle that was watching and filmed part of it, that they think that that person, they've contacted that person and gotten that information. Yeah, I don't know what the partner said either. And from what I understand, in Minneapolis, they really don't release a lot of information. They do it in court, which is, it's a better way to do it rather having it tried in the public arena type thing. So, we'll see what happens. I'm sure things as they unfold, we won't hear a lot probably or see a lot, but but at least they're getting information together. I mean, it's so devastating to know that that woman was killed so unjustly. It appears unarmed, standing there, coming up to the car to ask for help. He was saying, I guess, that he somebody made a statement saying that he did it because he thought he was being attacked. Thought his partner was being attacked and all that type of thing. I've heard that. And again, I don't know what is true on any of it. Sounds like Canada, they tell us nothing. Hugh said that about Canada. Yeah, it's starting to be, we hear less and less, but sometimes trying it in the public eye isn't the best thing either, because the court of public opinion just kind of, gets people out of the way and tries a case and they're done. Yeah, Kim, I don't believe the story myself. I think it's pretty suspicious, and it'll be interesting to see what the facts are and to see what people in Minneapolis. It'll be hard to find a jury, I think, because if everybody else in Minneapolis is as fed up as those people, who were there in that room, they're going to have a heck of a time finding a jury. Let's see some other things here. What did everybody think about Scaramucci? He came out and he talked over the weekend. Basically, he is the director of the White House communications director now. He said basically that if the leaks don't stop in his, the communications end of it in the White House, that he's going to fire everybody. There are lots of those in Minnesota. Oh wow! Said something about Sarah and her looks. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did Scaramucci say something about Sarah? Because I think he likes Sarah and she likes him. Hey Amber, good to see you. What was said, Marianne? I didn't hear him say anything about her. Yeah, Asher, that's what they were saying, that the cops thinking he was being ambushed. That's, I mean, again, if you can believe what you hear. Hey Rhonda, did anyone see the body cam video and yeah, Castile shooting? I watched it. I mean, it looked like he was reaching for something, and we have to say that the police officer was acquitted. He was not found guilty of murder in the Philandro Castile case. But a lot of people just don't want to accept that verdict. So, and I guess they feel that the Minneapolis police are so bad, they've been doing this type of thing for so long. So that was another thing. She needs to look like she did on Friday and mentioned her hair and makeup. Wow, he said that publicly, Marianne. I mean, that's kind of unusual. Wow, I didn't hear that. Seems like that wouldn't be appropriate. Hey, Karen, you're back. He said he was happy with the hair and makeup artist. I didn't think he was referring to Sarah. Okay. It was on the internet. Yeah, because Sally was saying he wasn't referring to Sarah, but just kind of, I guess, in general. Did they say anything about his partner based on my understanding? The cop shooter was in the passenger seat. Yes, he was in the passenger seat, according to reports. So he would have had to shoot around the cop who was in the driver's seat. Yes, that's what they're saying. I watched it and didn't take it that way, Sally said. Okay. So Sally didn't take it that he was talking about Sarah Sanders. So that's good. I mean, I think for your boss to say that publicly about you would have been inappropriate. So I'm hoping that it was just a kind of a misunderstanding of people watching, and that's what they thought. But that was not what it was about. Sarah looks fine. Yeah, Kim, I think in the kind of the beginning, in the very beginning, um, I think she needed to dress more appropriately for the position. And the last couple times I've seen her, she looked just fine. She really did look like she fit the position. So, oh, Jake Tapper, she needed a makeover. She's good to you. Yep. Jay Maury, how are you? Um, yeah. So, I mean, I think she's doing a great job. And again, I think she's very happy to be in the position. She loves the president and talked about it and talked about this is like the greatest job ever. And I think her dad probably wanted her to get that job, so that's good. I know, 3 children. Goo. I don't know how she comes there and does work after getting 3 kids ready and everything else. It's amazing. Yes, three, and there's 3 small kids. They're not like they can all take care of themselves. So she does. I think she's doing a good job, and she certainly handled the press really well. And I think Scaramucci handles the press really well, and I think he wants to try to smooth things over. I guess between the White House and the press, it seems like. Are you thinking the same thing that he seems to be wanting to kind of smooth things over and get more the press involved, but in a less hostile way? Is that your impression? Yeah. Seems like he means business. Yeah, Karen, I think so too. Maybe he can get them to report the truth. Well, that's asking a lot, Mary. I, I don't know about that, but maybe he can, you know, make them stop being so contentious. Yes, but it won't last, in my opinion, Amber said. I hope so, Ruth said. Yeah, I hope so too. We'll see. I mean, somebody has to give it a shot. I know Spicer didn't look like he was going to do it. Kim says never happened. Yeah, I don't know that either. Yeah. And I think Spicer probably felt that that was his position to have, and when he didn't get it, he decided there was too many people there. He didn't want to. What role was he going to play at that point? And so he left. And I think it was the right thing for him to do. I think we need another try for another approach. Yeah. What would you suggest, Ruth? Hey, Robert. Good morning. How are you? Good to see you on this Monday. He has been very professional so far about leaving. Yeah, he really has. Do this when you sell cars. They get a bulldog there and a nice guy there. Yeah. Thanks for the flowers, Robert. Hey, Shauna, good to see you. So they work together to get the sale. Yeah. There you go. One of them is the closer, right? You always have a closer. He will get sick of the fake news soon enough. Yeah. I know, Amber. You can only go and be nice for so long. And the media might be nice for him for a while, but I don't know. They hate the president so much. I can't see them going, okay, let's give Donald Trump a fair shake. I don't see that. Hopefully that'll happen, but I don't see it. Let's see now in other news. Donald Trump Jr. has gone out and hired another person for his legal team. And this time he's gotten a partner from a firm, Karina Lynch. Good morning, Ron. How are you? Good to see you in Michigan. You're voting for Kid Rock. Good. Good, good, good. Hey, Barbara. Good to see you. Um, this woman that he hired, she has experience on the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations and is investigative counsel to Senator Grassley at one time. So it sounds like maybe he needs somebody who understands. You think he's guilty? No, I don't think he's guilty. I think he's being smart. He's going out there and hiring the best people. Everybody's loaded with attorneys. That's right. And you gotta have one, because if you don't have one and everybody else does, then it's not going to be good for you. Is it true that Obama passed an executive order to allow propaganda? Yeah, a long time ago, Rhonda, there was something to that effect. Hey, April, how are you? Welcome, Tarkin. It's your first day on Periscope. Sean was Peter, Principal, like McKellen. Hey, Tillman, how are you? Tillman, don't forget to go and watch the video on the veterans on my channel. Hiring qualified team is key. Yes. Monique said Scaramucci is the type of man who can come in and take the ball running. He's not afraid of the press. He has a lot of experience behind him, knows Trump very well, knows how he thinks and how he operates. Yeah, I think it's a good call. I know that he in his past he was anti this and anti that. When he says now that he's not changed his views, I mean that happens. There are people, one of the people that you guys watch, Lee Stranahan, at one point was a Democrat. He wrote for the Huffington Post. He believed it until Andrew Breitbart came along and kind of helped him see the light. So it can happen. Oh, he shut Jake down. Good. About time. Jake Tapper, I used to have some respect for Jake Tapper. I thought, he was good until he went over to CNN, and then all of a sudden he became just like them. So, I guess that's why it was a good fit, and that's why they hired him. Now, in other news this weekend, every day is Russia, Russia, Russia. So this weekend, I think Trump needs to pardon everyone, tell the libs to suck it up and move on. Amber said, evil now, Kim said. Yeah, kind of gotten pretty evil. When is Hillary going to go in front of a grand jury for her federal crime? I know, Ron. I think, there's some talk now going on about that somebody needs to come in, go back and look at the IRS, look at what Lois Lerner did. I mean, nobody was prosecuted there. There's no double jeopardy there. Bring those people, get them into court. That was an absolute, if proven, it's an absolute crime what they did to organizations and not allowing them in and not giving them their status and who knows what else they did. And it's time to bring Hillary in and have her account for things. It's also time to have Debbie Wasserman Schultz with her computers, and they just this weekend they seized smash computer hard drives from one of her IT aides. So we need to do something. Again, we need to quit being on the defensive all the time and go on offense and get these people in front of a special counsel or whomever, because we need to look and see if these people should be prosecuted. And we're wasting so much time. We're the ones that, and Ron said, and she did commit a federal crime. We need to prove that, and that's why we should have done that from day one. We should have said, you know what, we're going to look into all of these things, because now it just looks like retaliation for the Russia investigation that keeps expanding to everything and everybody except anybody on the Democrat side. So it's time to watch them scatter. And the Russia narrative this weekend, former GOP presidential candidate Jeb Bush had to come out, and he called out the GOP leaders on Saturday for not speaking up about the investigation into possible collusion between Trump and the campaign. So here's Jeb trying to get in his jabs, if you will, at President Trump. And he said, if your opponent does things that your head explodes on. If Barack Obama did something as it's related to Russia, you say this is outrageous, all this stuff. Then when your guy does the same thing, have the same passion to be critical. So he, again, I'm not sure why Jeb needs to come out. Not sure why Jeb needs to involve himself, other than the fact Jeb's probably going to try to run in 4 years. And this is a way to show, look, I'm important. I'm coming out. I'm talking against Donald Trump, and you should have voted for me and vote for me now. Yeah. Don't trust the Bush family. Glad that Jeb didn't make it. I know. Hey, Karen, good to see you. So, that's just trying to be viable. Hey, Kat, good to see you. And coming out. And let's just say this. Why isn't Jeb going out and saying, hey, you know what? This deep state stuff, we really need to look into it. We need to look in to see this, the unveiling, the unmasking. We need to look into what the DNC said. Why isn't he saying any of that? Why does he feel that it's important for him to go against his own party and talk about Donald Trump? Why aren't we talking about anything else? His dad was a big player in that. Yeah, Tillman, I know. Meaning his time is over, right. He's had his opportunity, Ruth. But Ruth, I'll tell you something. All of these people are coming back. Even Bernie Sanders. Yeah, Ron said maybe Jeb is one of those closet guys. Even Bernie Sanders says, I'm keeping my options open for 2020. Like, really? Rhonda said, why isn't Sessions appointed a special counsel to investigate pay to play with Clinton Foundation? Exactly. Exactly, Rhonda. Somebody should. That should have been done, again, day one. I know, Amber. He'll be 100. Because if rhinos looked into deep state, many would be exposed. That's right, Rhonda. Bernie is a joke. Uh, he eliminated the emissions testing. Oh, my gosh. Jebby is a big talker. He cheesed up in the debates. Jeb was horrible in the debates. I've never seen somebody in public office that just could not get a point across. I think he came out there and it's like, oh, I'll just be sweet and everything will be okay. The DNC and paid Ukraine Chalupa operative with fake Trump Russia info is coming out. Crawly, creepy goofs wanting power, Ruth said. Slow Jeb. Yeah, I don't know. Jeb's just not cut out for it. Jeb also implemented 3 strikes rule, cut down on crime in Florida, which is, I'm sure he did some good things, Chillman. I just don't think that he's presidential material. But that's my opinion. Jeb Suave. Or Jeb Suave. Yeah, I think it's, when you get family members and it keeps going from generation to generation, Jeb's mistake was he stayed out of big politics too long, was way too rusty, looked slow to react. Yeah. Yeah, something happened. At one point, maybe he was different. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people liked him over, George W. Liked Jeb better. So something happened in between times there. Now, also this weekend, of course, people were talking again about, will Donald Trump, Jeb, go away? We lost. You lost. We don't want him anywhere near the presidency. That's right, Karen. Agreed. Young Jeb was like Rubio, but much taller. Oh, my gosh. So I guess this Saturday, President Trump tweeted out, all agree the president has complete power to pardon. Had everyone talking about, him pardoning himself. Would he do that? And there's rumors. And again, I don't know if this is true, so I'm going to say rumors because it depends on who's reporting it. The rumors are that, he's looking into, can he pardon himself? Can he pardon others? What's going to be the case with that? Can he get rid of Mueller? Truth was the only candidate who would have given us the results, even though first an unbeliever, Ruth said. Kat saying it's fake news. Jeb was better in the past. Now he's nuts, Robin said. Yeah, and it may be. But, at the same time, whether it's fake or not, anybody, again, when Jeb was younger, he was idealistic, but the system got him. Yeah, happens to a lot of people, Jerry. He hasn't done anything, Kat said. Yeah, he hasn't. But, Kat, if he's in this position and any attorney that is representing him, they would want to look at all options. So it's not unusual if he is looking at it that he would be looking at it. It doesn't mean he's guilty or anything else, but he's looking at all options. And again, that's what they should do if they're representing him. Jeb came across as weak and incompetent, Monique said. He did. He really did. Worse than Romney, worse than, a lot of people. Jeb was doomed after his brother's presidency sealed his fate. I agree with that, Tillman. Pardoning himself would look like guilt, bad idea. He must move AG to offense and change narrative. Yeah, I mean, for me, they could fire Mueller, but it's such an impossibility at this point because it makes everybody look bad if he does that. Because he fired Comey and that made him look bad to the left. If he fires Mueller, it's going to make him look even more like he's covering up. The Jeff Sessions has recused himself, so he's not going to do anything about it. Thank you, Hugh. The Republicans are getting Democratic fever. They need to get the Republican replaced done. Yeah, I think, the best point, again, if the Republicans in the very beginning had said, Mueller, there's a conflict of interest with Mueller, we don't want him. But it was in a difficult position because here you have a Republican presidency who this guy, Rosenstein, works for the president, to come back and say, you appointed that guy, but there's a conflict. It makes the Republicans look bad. And, they're finding that all these people, again, that Mueller has gotten, they're all like Hillary Clinton donors and people like that. Yeah, Amber, we've got nothing to lose. I mean, we really don't. I think, again, all the attorneys are kind of looking and seeing what to do. Now, Jay Sekulow came on and said, and I agree with him because I did the research on this before, this has not been tried by a president. There's never been an incident that I know of where a president has tried to use those powers of pardon to pardon himself. Hey, Amanda. So, no, they don't, Cully. Just block whoever that you think is offending you and, report them or whatever. Yeah, Jay's an amazing attorney. Doesn't fire Mueller, he's going to end up making a crime even if it doesn't exist. Yeah, Nina, I guess, it's a matter of who he's going to pin with that crime. I mean, is it going to be somebody in the Trump, Republican side, or is he looking at anything in the Democrat side? Again, we're just hearing what the media says. We don't really know what he's doing. So, but at the same time, if let's say there's impeachment or something they try to do, again, the Republican Party and the Congress has to go along with that. Now, I don't know. I don't know if some of the rumors are that that these people in the Republican Party are trying to take him out. Yeah, Maxine's still asking people to join her to impeach Trump. Maxine Waters, Jerry said. But you know what's so funny, Jerry, is every time she says that and somebody calls her on it, she goes, I've never called for his impeachment. The woman is, she and Nancy are like matching bookends. Nancy Pelosi. I don't know what is going on in their heads. I don't trust rhinos either, Rhonda. I really don't. Kat said nuts. Yep. She's Lulu. Yeah. Split personality. I think what it is, Jerry, is that they're so used to lying and not being called on it. And look, under Obama, remember when they had film of what he said and he would deny it anyway? It's just, and people said, oh, okay. Hey, LA, they forgot we have the internet. Now Pelosi and Maxine are insane. Yeah. There's nothing there for President Trump to pardon himself from. However, if the Dems were able to push something through to charge him, pardoning himself would be the best step Trump can take. Monique, I agree with that. If he has the power to pardon himself, that would be the best route if he needed to. Is Pelosi senile, Ron said. Ron, a lot of people seem to think there's something going on with her. I have no idea. I haven't talked to her, personally one-on-one. It sure seems that something's amiss. She called President Trump. She's referred to him in 5 different occasions as President Bush. I don't know. Seems like there may be a little problem. Trump is not one to go down without a fight. And I feel bad for President Trump, too, because he doesn't have people, seemingly, from what we see in the news, he doesn't have people that have his back in the White House. Not a lot of people. I don't know if Ivanka, who does that's close to him. She can't seem to come up with the words, Nina. I don't know. I do feel bad for her, but I don't know what to think. And I wish there were more people in the White House that would have Donald Trump's back. And I think one of the reasons they don't have the president's back is, because there are so many rhinos. But I am glad to see that he brings in pastors and people who lay hands on him and pray for him, because he needs that. The best people the best person he could have having his back is God. I thought she said Patty Hearst was POTUS. Ron, who knows what Nancy said. She could have said anything. Yeah, so, I think he ought to keep doing that. But Jay Sekulow, again, said that he doesn't know if the president has the power to do that or not. And right now, there's no reason to look at it. Rand Paul, who is not an attorney, who is a doctor, an eye doctor, came out and says he thinks he can pardon himself. But again, I would trust Jay in this instance because Jay has the law degree. He's the attorney. He's the one that's argued before the Supreme Court, on and on and on. Jay is great for him. Jay is very like a balanced individual, it seems that way. He doesn't seem to let things like get under his skin, and that's really good. And so I would think that that's a calming type person in the administration, on the legal team, that it would be very valuable. And I think that's why you're seeing now a lot of times Jay's not on his show and his son sits in. Yeah, Alan Dershowitz has also said, Dershowitz, yeah, that would be a very good question, Kim, for him. Hillary has a law degree, yes. So does Bill. Being serious, I think Maxine has medical issues. Well, I mean, she's 78 years old, and it wouldn't surprise me. And again, I don't want to make fun of them, Nancy or Maxine, if they have mental health issues or health issues. It's not something to make fun of. Muslim prayer rugs okay at the White House for Democrats. Yeah, that's what I heard, Cully. Hillary was barred. Can we say term limits? Yes, every day. Please, please, please. Yeah, but I think, remember how there was talk about getting Nancy out of that position? And now, yeah, I mean, Amanda agreed. If somebody is not capable of doing their job and they're not competent, then they should go. Feinstein's 83. I honestly don't understand why these people would want to keep doing this job at 78, 80, 83. I mean, really, seriously. Kane should have been examined when he started his weirdness, so should the rest. And you know what, Amber, maybe he was being examined and we didn't know about it. Bill gave up when he was impeached. Okay. I wonder about their health like McCain. Yeah, I know. Money, maybe they just want money. I noticed that, Karen. I noticed that today. Thank you for letting me know that on Facebook. They have mental issues. They're both libtards, Hugh said. It could be that they are just stupid and not mentally ill. That's true, Robin. And also sometimes if you're around the evil so much, you do evil things, you start doing just sounding that way. I'm not saying that's their case, but thank you, Ron. They enjoy power and money. That's why they won't vote on term limits. Yeah, it's a swamp. It is a huge swamp. And I think some of those people, I saw that again just now, Karen. Thank you. Some of those people should really think about stepping down. And always, I know, Cully, she said the reference to President Bush. He's called President Trump, President Bush, at least 5 occasions that have been videotaped of her doing that. So, there's an issue there. I know it's not that she just doesn't like Trump. There's an issue when you're making that mistake over and over and over again. You're enjoying grandchildren. Oh, I hope you're enjoying your grandchildren when they're. I know. Go out and have some retirement. We need better control of DC. Absolutely. They lack integrity to step down. Greed and power, Rhonda said. Well, Amber, hey, Nancy's working. They don't get out of office because they have so much money and power, no one can run against them. She has a power issue, Marlene said. They can't function without power, Kimmy said. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is about power and greed and control and just, it's kind of like I think if you have that much control for that long, you start believing the lies. Like you start believing your own ego and you start believing that you're better than everybody else or something. I mean, it's a really bad trap to get into, but I think that's where they go. It's kind of like, they talk about movie stars and athletes are like that. People treat them differently, and so they start believing the lie because everybody tells them what they want to hear. Yeah, it isn't about service. You're right, Rhonda. That's true. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Didn't see you come in there. And then I don't, yeah, Barbara, and I think the Supreme Court should too, to have like some type of age limit or something. Both sides won't give up their positions. They both love money, Robin said. Oh, okay, Robert. The Dems are shell-shocked the fix was in and they lost. They're never going to get over it either. Hey, Nancy, good to see you. They say Trump is crazy, but not Nancy Maxine. I know, Amber, And President Trump, I mean, if you look at what he's done, and speaking to that, Vice President Pence came out over the weekend, and he had some pretty amazing things to say about what President Trump had done. And I want to tell you some of those things so that you can, repeat them. And I've heard a lot of people say, that they've got something over on Vice President Pence. He's working against the president. He's out there getting his own pact going so that he can be voted president instead of Trump. And I don't, I don't see that happening. I don't believe that. And I just see him coming out and saying really good things about President Trump all the time. Now, here's what he said. President Trump has signed more than 40 bills and nearly 40 executive orders on everything from health care to energy, infrastructure, and more. While the previous administration turned to federal agencies to enact its agenda, President Trump has signed more laws to slash through federal red tape than any president in American history and has saved businesses up to $18 billion a year in costs. Wow, Shauna, something must be wrong with Shauna's connection there. President Trump has put a renewed emphasis on American energy, approving the Keystone XL and Dakota Access pipelines, rolling back the Clean Power Plan, and putting America first by withdrawing from the Paris Climate Accord. I mean, again, these are all really great things. American businesses, small and large, have already created more than 800,000 new jobs since January. Now, that's amazing. I know. Absolutely amazing what he's done. And it says the company after company is responding to the president's agenda with optimism, investing billions of dollars in American jobs, American workers, and Americans' future. As the father of a United States Marine, I couldn't be more proud to serve alongside a president who cares so deeply about the men and women of the armed forces of the United States of America. And I'm telling you, how many did Obama create? Let's see. I don't think there's any statistics. They're so bad, nobody wants to talk about them. But he says, it's the greatest privilege of my life to serve as vice president to a president who is fighting every single day to restore an America of freedom, prosperity, and opportunity for all. Now, that doesn't sound like somebody who is out to, do something to hurt this president, to take over, to be the president, and on and on and on. That doesn't sound like that to me. Pence don't support him every day. I mean, he has from the very beginning. Hey, Robin, I heard those jobs didn't last. Yeah, but Robin, that was Carrier's decision to do that. It wasn't that. I mean, he can't do anything and make the company do what they should do. So, I mean, again, if people are saying, well, what has President Trump done? Well, those are just a couple of things that he's done, in helping the veterans and on and on and on. I mean, there's so many things. And yet people like to say, well, he hasn't done anything. Medicaid recipient numbers are down. Ben Carson found fraud, reduced the budget deficit. I know. Look at that. Look at the stock market. I mean, point to something that's really negative. I can't find anything. And yet they won't report on the good things that he's done. That's not fair, and I get it. Politics isn't fair. But, I mean, the media wants to sit there and act like, oh, we've given this guy we've given him a chance and we're just reporting the facts. No, they're not. It's Russia all the time. $5 billion HUD fraud. And that's a lot of money that could have been going to people who really need it. They won't show the positive ever. You're right, Kim. They won't. I mean, what does he have to do to get an ounce of respect for 2 seconds? I don't know, because they don't want to show him that. Yeah, I mean, Kat, I mean, if it keeps going the way it is, he could come out to be one of the best presidents and maybe the best president that we've had. And I know that, not everybody agrees with that, but, I mean, there are things that he's done that are pretty incredible. They want the Russia thing to impeach the president. Yeah, every single day, Ruth. Every single day. Hey, Debbie, good to see you. He's done a lot. And again, we have to keep praying for him. I mean, seriously, we do. Supporters will get major heat, but Trump needs to fire and pardon. It's worth it to MAGA. Yeah. He is the best president to get the job done. That's the point in history. Yes, thank God. Absolutely. I mean, but keep praying for him. Keep hoping that, and they will. Those people that are there praying for him, giving him counsel, they'll be there. And he needs that. And I'm glad. Maybe some of this needed to happen to him so that he would move closer to God himself. And we don't know. what's happening. We don't know what his plans are and what he's working. So all we can do is do our part, pray for him, and just keep supporting those things that, he's doing. He's already done more good than I'd say any president ever in such a short amount of time. And that's for sure. I agree with that totally, Nina, especially during these times. Absolutely. And about those IC integrated chips. Oh, I was going to, Shauna, you were just leading right there because that's exactly where I was going. I wanted to tell you, and I heard this, speaking about, praying for people in times and things like that. His mother was a believer, raised on Jimmy Swaggart. Wow. We didn't vote a politician. He's gruff, but he gets the job, does the job nonstop. Yeah, I don't think he sleeps. There's a company in Wisconsin called 3 Square Market. They're the first company in the country that is going to put, and I think they've already started, microchips in their employees. And they're only going to do it for the employees who volunteer. And so far, 50 employees have already volunteered. So they have these chips in their hands, yes, and they can use it to purchase things with. They can use it to log in to like their computers. They can, get in and out of their offices, slit your wrist, yeah. And they're saying, oh, but it's the mark of the beast. To me, Bank of America has it. Wow. But I'm sitting here going, to me, that's like the mark of the beast. And they're saying, yeah, but don't worry, we're not going to follow you. We're not going to track where you are. Well, they can once that chip goes in there. And they say that chips and dips, Cully, they say that chip is about the size of a grain of rice. Chip in Boca Raton at least 10 years ago, chip implant, volunteer families. Oh, that is insane. Sounds exactly, what was described. I know. Scary, scary, scary. And, I would imagine that most of these people are probably, young millennials who, they haven't been taught that this is, maybe what the Bible says, or they don't believe it or whatever. My dog has a chip too, Cat. It's the 10 planks of Marxism. Oh, Shauna said, would be good for dementia patients. Or smaller now. Knew this was coming, but Nina said, yep, but never me. Kat said, these people will be the ones to openly take the mark of the beast. I'm not sure what the mark of the beast will actually be. I know, Robin. I'm not sure if this is it. A lot of people would say this is the mark of the beast. I have no idea. It's certainly scary enough where I don't want it. Why would anyone want to be willingly do this, a precursor to the mark of the beast? I know, Asher. Or Asher, maybe it is the mark of the beast. I don't know. Satan is subtle. Yep. It's government tracking, Jerry, and wants to prevent them from putting all of your, because there's been talk, we'll put all your healthcare information on the chip. You can put that chip in your hand and you go to your doctor and they can just scan it and all of your medical records will be right there. Fox and Friends were laughing about it. That's really good. But they don't want to see how you vote. Yeah, you go in to vote, they'll know what you're going to do, right? Satan will make it look like the best idea ever, Marlene said. Yep. Yeah, it certainly is scary. I don't know. Again, count me out on that one. In Dallas, I haven't heard this. Yeah, we're already being tracked. Oh, yeah, of course. Everything in your house, the cameras, your phone, everything. Trust in God, Kat said. Yep. Marlene said she's not scared. Rockefeller was a huge proponent of this New World monetary system, Shauna said. They can know where you are 24/7. Yep. Something is very wrong when Democrats in the House and people in our society call Trump crazy and then normalize psychosis and craziness and de-normalize whatever was once considered normal. Very sick, Monique said. Yes. And who knows what can be put on that chip, Robin said, and that's just it. It could be, something right now that can help you buy something, and 2 years from now or 2 days from now they can put something else on it to find out everything about you. Yes, the smartphone, they know where you're at always. Some are at least less invasive than others. Just like Safeway makes their employees use a card for everything they buy at the market, they keep track and use against their employees if anything goes wrong, Asher said. Well, they already track what your purchases are. They already track where you go on the internet. Like you said, even the phone has a tracking system in it. So Yeah, if they want to find you, they can. But I wouldn't voluntarily want to give them more more ways to find me. And then some news out of Dallas, Texas. Dallas just hired the first female police chief. She starts in September. She's 46 years old. She's an African American woman that is currently the deputy chief of Detroit Police. Asher said if you buy beer and call in sick the next day, you'll get written up. Probably. Yeah, it would be hard to remove the phone battery. Amber, we talked about Charlie, I think, at the very beginning. If I didn't, I apologize. I thought I brought it up. The family has given up their legal fight on Charlie because I think after the doctor from the States came there, they basically were told that he's missed the window of opportunity to try this testing on him. It's not going to work. So they're going to let them go ahead and disconnect the life support, from my understanding, at the hospital. That's what they're going to do. So it's too bad that they didn't get to him in time. I mean, this has been going on for so long. They say, Jerry, and I'll tell you, and he could be. But the other day when I told you guys about that little girl, that 2-year-old who drowned in the water, and they found her, resuscitated her. She had brain damage, and they did HBOT on her, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and it has reversed all of the brain damage on her. That was an article that I have on my timeline. So, it's possible that he could have been helped by that. He could have been helped by other things, but, waiting so long and not getting the treatment. Yeah, I know, Jerry. It'd be great, but, obviously now they're not going to try it. It was caught early, though, Amber said. Yeah, they started treatments pretty much right away. Yeah. I would have wanted to try if I were the parents. I know it's sad, but I'm happy about that decision. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Ruth, the poor baby just has to go, and if the parents are making that decision, I'm not the parent, so, and I'm glad that they were making it. Yes, they do put horses. They use hyperbaric oxygen therapy on horses for quicker healing. And some of the people that I speak with, the veterans that have gone through the program, or the doctors tell me that these people are showing amazing signs of improvement with TBI. And for anybody that out there with TBI, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about aspartame. Tell those people, have them talk to their doctors. But I'm seeing that aspartame, that people with TBI should not be drinking like the soft drinks with aspartame in it, the low-calorie drinks. And I know somebody that I know had epilepsy. I've told you this before. And she was having a lot of seizures. I did research on aspartame and found out how bad it was for you. I told her to stop drinking her sodas with the aspartame in it, and she did, and she stopped having seizures. It went down from about, 100% seizures, a lot, down to maybe, one every now and then. I mean, so. Really? Yeah, the aspartame, yeah, absolutely. Microchip. I know, Monique, never take that microchip. So, I mean, if you know anybody with possible TBI, maybe tell them to do the research on that aspartame. Yeah, I stopped all sodas too. Aspartame is very bad, but it really does something to the brain. I mean, can you believe that? And we have that in our sodas. It's just amazing. Robin said, as poor parents, I would move out of the country as soon as I could. I would too, Robin. To the hospital staff. Yeah, so I know the veterans in Arizona that you guys donated to, they've stopped allowing any of the aspartame in the camp because a lot of the homeless veterans have TBI, possibility of having TBI. Processed sugar, not any better. Oh, no. I guess pure cane sugar is good, right? Is better. Parents did everything they could possible. That's right, Amber. They really did. And they fought to the last minute, and then the reality is, this is, again, if you have an expert that flies all the way to London and says, I'm the person that can give you this treatment to your child, and if he's the one that said he's past the window of opportunity, at some point you have to say we've done everything that we could. Yes, I agree, Amber. None of us should drink or eat chemicals. True, Robin. The VOP is an awesome group. I never heard of them until you talked about them. Thank you, Asher. They are a great group of people that come in there and volunteer with, their many hours. The guy who started VOP, he doesn't get paid by them. He's basically a volunteer. He's a servant. Parents will still blame themselves. I know. And they shouldn't blame themselves. They did everything that they could. Well, guys, we are up there at the top of the hour. Thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you for your support. If you would please retweet this would be wonderful. So appreciate you. God bless you. Have a great day. And hey, Wanda, and thank you for sharing it. Everybody on YouTube, if you would give me a thumbs up, I would certainly appreciate it. And if you'd shared it, I love you guys too. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Periscope never wants me to go anymore. I swear I have to do this now to try to get off of Periscope. All right, everybody on YouTube, thanks so much. Good to see you back on Monday. We'll see you again tomorrow.